Good morning, everybody. As you know, Matt has been living here behind my shop in his motorhome for what seems like at least a month or two. And we sent Matt home to be with his family for Thanksgiving the other day, but his motorhome's still here. And since we're planning on using it, he's planning on using it for dig or die this coming weekend. He didn't want to winterize it, as we haven't winterized ours yet either. So it's been sitting here with the generator running for over a week. And evidently when the gas tank gets down about a quarter of a tank, the generator shuts off. And when the generator shuts off, the furnace and everything shuts off. So we've been keeping an eye on it. But this morning, about 9 o'clock, Vicky came out, potted the dogs, generator was running, and then about an hour and a half later, we noticed the generator is not running. So that means the heat's not on, and it's cold. So, I am taking Cousin Eddie's mobile meth lab down to the Flying J to fill it up with gas so the generator can be restarted. Let me explain something to you. When a man doesn't have a woman for about a week in his motorhome, it looks like a meth lab in there. It's so bad. I only have to drive this thing like 3 or 4 miles, and I'm sweating it. Because if I get pulled over in that thing, come on, June pup. Here we go, baby. So we've got 4,000 watt inverter, some kind of whatever that is. I think it's a radio. And we've got the meth lab super secret curtain pulled. Oh boy. You ready for this, June pup? I'll tell you what, since you're going with me, I'll get you some beef jerky when we get down there, okay? Is that a deal? And so we're off, like a herd of turtles. Now I gotta admit, when I first pulled out with this thing, I was pretty impressed. It's quiet, it's smooth, seems like it's got plenty of power. But then when me and June Pup start going down the road, we start noticing something up there above the windshield. This thing looks like it's gonna fall down. I wasn't sure if it was gonna land on the hood while we were going up the road or what. He's gonna have to get something better than this to travel in, I can tell you that. So I pull up the pumps and open the trap door there for the gas tank. I wasn't sure if anything was going to jump out at me or what. So I start filling this thing up and go check on June. She looks concerned, as am I. Now Matt told me he got quite a deal on this thing, but yeah, I don't know, Matt. I'm not sure about this thing. I don't think I'd want to drive too far in this thing. I just want to make sure the slide out didn't fall out before I headed back home. Anyway, as promised, I got June a jug of beef jerky. Well, I got 2 of them, and then headed back home in this thing. Unsure if I was going to make it or not. Once I got back to the shop, it was time to get this generator fired back up, but I wanted to check the oil in it first. It's been running for a month straight. Couldn't believe it. It didn't even need a drop of oil. So I tighten the dipstick back down in the crankcase and go to start this thing. Now Matt told me if it doesn't start, you got to fiddle with the throttle linkage for some reason. It doesn't have a choke. It's the only thing I could think of is grab the throttle arm and by God, it fired right up. All right, Cousin Eddie, you're back in business. After I got Matt's generator running, I decided it might be a good idea to get that Malibu down to the car wash, give it a bath, and take it over and put it in Billy's garage to get it out of the way. I know Billy wants to bring the Nova back home in a few days, and we really need to make some room at the shop. So me and June Pup jump into Malibu, head into Hebron, and take the Malibu through the car wash one last time before we put it away. Now usually these old cars leak a little bit of water when you take them through the car wash, but not this one. Me and old June Pup stayed dry as a bone in there the whole time, no matter how hard this thing blew water against the window seals. And since the Malibu doesn't currently have a fan, I shut it off while it sat in the car wash so it didn't overheat or get hot. As long as this thing's moving, it never goes over 160 degrees, especially with as cold as it is outside. It sure doesn't take much to make this thing look good. Unbelievable for factory paint and all original chrome trim. Once we were all done at the car wash, me and June Pup drove the Malibu back to Billy's house so he could put it away in his garage at his house while we work on other things at the shop this week. What's up, everybody? So I'm out here in the shop tonight working here for a little bit on some monster trucks. I got my 55 F100 sitting here I've been working on. I like to run them things in the snow. They run on nitromethane and methanol mixture, and when we get a lot of snow in the wintertime, I get them out. And this is the one I'm building for my snow basher. Last winter I had some stock ones that I would run out there in the snow. At about 4.5 inches, 5 inches of snow, they start to have trouble on stock tires, stock height. And this one, not stock. So that one should run to, I would say, 6 inches of snow or better without any trouble. And the headlights are all going to work. It's got the lights up there on top of the roll bar. Move that cup out of the way so you guys can see. But it's got headlights and parking lights, and the lights up on top of the roll bar light up. And it's got aluminum front skid plates and bumpers, and I've got aluminum shock towers coming for it. I got aluminum shock absorbers coming for it, and I just put the aluminum steering kit in it tonight. So I'm beefing this one up so I can take it out and run it in the snow, and the dogs get a kick out of chasing them in the snow. They love it. So that's just a little hobby of mine that I get into in the wintertime. But anyway, Vicky's in the house. Oh God, it's changing of the seasons. She's going from fall Thanksgiving decorations to Christmas decorations now. She's got that whole house tore to pieces. She had me and Tommy in there helping her carry decorations up out of the basement earlier today. And we carried stuff up and carried stuff up. And I mean, she filled a whole living room full of crap. Bless her heart, though. She does a wonderful job. It wouldn't be home without her. She does such an incredible job around here decorating and everything for the seasons, for the holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas and springtime. And she definitely makes a huge difference around here. And it's just nice to come home when she's here. It's always nice to have her traveling with us. And although she drives me crazy sometimes, especially when it comes to directions, you might as well try and pour water uphill to get directions out of her, but I love her to death. So we'll go in and check in with her here in a minute. She's, I hope, cleaning up that living room, because I don't know, she sat down there and watched Dr. Pimple Popper or some damn thing. She was supposed to be doing this as soon as we got done with dinner, and she sits down and watches them stupid television shows. It's hard to tell how long it's going to take her to get back on track. Anyway, Billy's new video's out. If you haven't watched it yet, go check it out. He spent the day with Farm Truck and Asian when he went out to Oklahoma City, and they allowed him to take some video in their shop of some projects no one has seen. And I guess they've got their own television show that hasn't come out yet, but it's coming up. The Farm Truck and Asian show. And they build all kinds of crazy projects in there. You'll have to check it out. It was pretty neat. I watched it tonight. And I finally got to sit down and watch the entire video of where Billy spent some time with Chief and Jackie. And the best part of it, I think, was the last 5 or 10 minutes of it. And I really appreciate what Chief and Jackie did, inviting him out there, because he desperately needed to get away with what was going on here. And I'll never forget that, guys. Thank you, Chief, Justin, Jackie. I'll never forget that, man. Thank you guys very much for that. Tomorrow we've got Thanksgiving for my family here at the house, so we'll be doing that tomorrow. Probably won't film anything tomorrow because we'll be busy with that. I'll probably be helping Vicky get everything ready for dinner and whatever else she needs in there. I'm sure she could use some help getting ready for that, setting plates and getting silverware and cups and drink glasses and all that stuff ready. So what else? Let's see. I got Cousin Eddie's motorhome back up and running. His generator's running out there. I checked on our trailer. It's doing okay. Checked the water in it. It's got that little electric heater going on in there, staying warm in there, keeping it from freezing up. I'm really excited for this weekend. Everybody's going to be back together. The whole crew will be going to Rockingham Dragway for Dig or Die, Christmas Clash. That's always a great time. So if you want to come down and see us, we'll be down there Saturday racing. We'll be there Friday to get set up. Friday night, I think, is streetcar and big tire classes. And then Saturday is small tire. So the boys will be racing Saturday, but Friday we should have time to visit with everybody and just kind of hang out and visit. And we've got some friends from all over the country coming for that deal. It's always good to see our buddies from New York, Long Island. Rooney's coming. I'm sure if he's coming, Tyler's probably coming. All those yahoos up there. Shitbox, Lance, and all of them. Good group of guys, and I always look forward to spending time with them because they're crazy as shithouse rats. But should be a really good time. I'm really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to that. And then I guess in January, well, I shouldn't say nothing about January. Can't say nothing about January. We're going someplace in January, but I can't say. And then I guess in February, we're going back maybe to Darlington, I think. I don't know. I haven't talked to Billy about it yet. But doesn't look like we're going to get much time off this winter, which is fine by me because we always go south. We always go racing. Oh, and then we got PRI coming up. So I plan on going to PRI. Tommy and Billy's going to PRI. There's Allison's going, and Allison's dad's going to PRI. So there's a whole bunch of us all going together to PRI. We'll be out there for that. That's going to be a good time, I hope. It should be. So look forward to seeing everybody there. If you're going to PRI, we'll probably be there someplace. I don't know where yet. I don't know what the plan is, but I know we're going. So anyway, we got the Malibu moved back over to Billy's today. We got it put in his garage there at the house, and luckily I got it washed and got it put in over there because it's sleeting and snowing again tonight, and hard to tell how many more days we got till they start dumping salt on the road. Once they start dumping salt on the road, you don't want to drive anything nice because it just destroys it underneath, especially that Malibu. We don't want it in the salt whatsoever. But since we got the Malibu out of here, now we've got room to bring Billy's Nova back so we can start working on that. I'm not sure when he plans to do that, but I think he was planning on bringing it up here this week before we leave for Dig or Die. Matt's car is still at Lucor Automotive, getting a ring and pinion put in it. He's going from a 456 to a 373. And He's getting a bump steer kit put on it and some ball joints and a steering gear box and a whole bunch of stuff. So I know he's excited to go to Dig or Die. He'll have basically a whole new combination all over again. Hey, you got that living room cleaned up?
No. There was a good Dateline episode on and I got sidetracked with that.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Sorry.
Dr. Pimple Popper, I presume.
No, Dateline. Anyway,
Dateline.
I'm coming out to get my stepladder because I'm to the point where I'm going to put the lights around the tree.
All right. I'll be in a minute. So Vicky snuck up behind me there when I wasn't looking. And evidently it's still not safe to go in the house, so I'm staying out here for the foreseeable future until she gets that damn tree done, because I don't want to go in there and get stuck hanging trees, lights, and all that crap. She's one of these people that can spend 6 hours on a 5-minute job and it doesn't bother her at all, but it drives me crazy. Who cares? Just throw the damn lights on the tree as long as they light up. I got the feeling I probably better get off here before I talk myself into a bunch of trouble when she sees this video. If y'all don't see or hear from me for a couple of days after this video goes up, probably better check on me. She figures out how to operate that excavator, she may bury my ass in turn 3 out back in that RC track.
Look how you can see all the brush strokes like it's hand painted.
I told you, it's a Chinese snowman. What do you expect, made in China?
It looks a little jippy.
Oh, it's not chippy. What you looking at?
Look at his earmuffs.
Oh, very chippy.
Kind of jippy.
I told you, he's junk.
Well, I still like it.